Our progress report says we are at stage
Mm.
3, paragraph
Yeah.
page
Yeah.
210. Oh, last one. Okay, and
210.
last headword
Mm.
was excuse me, your type of lesson.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll do revision first and then let's move
Uh,
on to stage 3, full stage revision, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's start.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
you jump as high as a house? Can you jump as
Mm.
high as a house? No, I can't jump
No, I can't
as
jump
high
as high
as a house.
as a house.
Very good. What's
Mm.
this? What's this? It's a
Uh,
corner of the book.
it's a corner of the book.
Are you sitting in the corner of your room? Are you sitting in the corner of your room? Yes or no?
No, no.
I'm not sitting
I'm not
in a
sitting
corner of my
in the
room.
corner of my room.
Can you sit at the corner of a round table? Can you sit at the corner of a round table? No, I can't
No,
sit
I can sit
at the corner of a
at the
round
corner
table.
of the round table.
Why not? Why not? Because a
Mm.
round table
Because a round
has no
table
corners.
has no corners.
Very good. Okay, where am I
Mm.
standing? Where am I standing? You're standing
Uh,
at the
you are
corner of the
standing at the
table.
corner of the table.
Where am I standing? Where am I standing? You're
Uh,
standing in
you
the
are
corner
standing
of the
in the
room.
corner of the room.
Very good. Can we go by
Mm.
ship from Paris to Milan? Can we go by
Mm.
ship from Paris to Milan? No, we can't
No,
go by
we
ship
can't go
from
by ship
Paris.
by ship to Paris
From
to
Paris to
Milan.
Milan.
From Paris to Milan.
Why not? Why not? Because both
Because
cities are inland.
both
Because both
cities inland.
cities are inland.
Because both cities
Are
are
inland.
inland.
Is a boat larger than a ship? Is a boat larger than a ship? No, a boat
Mm.
isn't
The
larger
boat
than a
isn't
ship.
larger
It's
than a ship.
smaller than a ship.
It's smaller than a ship.
Very good. Okay, are we
Mm.
almost at the end of the lesson? Are we almost
Mm.
at the end of the lesson? Yes or no?
Uh, uh, no,
We
no.
aren't almost
We are
at
almost
the end of the
at
lesson.
the end of the lesson.
Does almost everybody in your country have a mobile phone? Does almost
Mm.
everybody in your country have a mobile phone?
Yes.
Almost everybody
Almost
in my
everybody
country has a
in my
mobile
country
phone.
has a mobile phone.
Very good. Where do we generally see people sitting at desk? Where do we
Mm.
generally see people sitting at desk? We
Mm.
generally see people
We are generally speak people
sitting at desk
sitting at the
in
desk
offices
in
and
offices and
classrooms.
classroom.
Wait, in some jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? In some
Mm.
jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? Yes,
Mm.
in some
Uh,
jobs,
in some jobs,
people can work from
people
home
can work
from home
from home
instead of going
instead of
to an
going
office.
to an office.
Wait, is it easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Is it
Mm.
easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Yes,
The
it's
English,
easier
yes, it's
to
easier
get a good job
to get a good
in
job
my country
in my
if you
country
speak English.
in
If you
is if you speak English.
Very good. Okay, next.
Mm.
When does next season start? When does next season start? Next season starts on
Next
the month
season
of.
starts on the month of October.
Very good. Okay, when's your
Mm.
birthday? When's your birthday? My
My
birthday's on
birthday
the
is on the second of April.
April. Very good. What
Mm.
do we
Mm.
say to people on their birthday? What do we say to people on their birthday? We say happy
We
birthday
say happy
to
birthday
people on their birthday,
on the people on the birthday.
or we say happy birthday to
Happy
people
birthday to people
on their birthday.
on their birthday.
Very good. What can we say when we meet a friend? What can we
Mm.
say when we meet a friend? When we
Uh,
meet a friend.
uh, uh,
When we meet a friend,
when we meet a friend,
we can say,
we can
hi,
say,
how are
"Hi,
you?
hi, how are you?"
What can we do when we meet somebody for the first time? What can we
Mm.
do when we meet somebody for the first time? When
Uh,
we meet
when we meet
somebody for the
somebody
first time,
for the first
we
time,
can say hello,
we can say
nice to
hello,
meet you,
nice to meet
and
you,
shake hands with them.
and shake hands with them.
When you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? When you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? Yes or no?
Uh, yes.
When I go to
When I
meet
go
somebody,
to meet
I
somebody,
always arrive
I
early.
always arrive early.
Very good. What's the
Mm.
difference between bring and take? What's the difference between bring and
Uh,
take? The
uh,
difference between
the difference
bring and
between
take
bring and
is
take
that bring
is
means
that
bring means
bring means
carry here,
carry here,
whereas take
whereas
means
take take means
carry there.
uh, carry there.
Very good. Okay.
Uh, mm.
Next, give me a sentence with bringing it. Give me a sentence with bringing it, please. I bring my
uh,
bag
I bring my
to
bag
the lesson with me.
to the lesson
With
with
me.
me
Give
with
me a
me.
sentence with the word take in it. Give me a
Mm.
sentence with the word take in it, please. I take my bag
I
home
take my bag
with
home
me after the
with
lesson.
me after the lesson.
Very good. Okay,
Mm,
next.
mm,
Do you bring a
mm.
pen with you to school? Do you bring a pen with you to school? Yes, I
Yeah,
bring
yes.
a pen with me.
I I
Bring
bring
a pen with
a
me
pen with me
to school.
to school.
Very good. Do you take this book home with you after the lesson? Do you take this
Mm.
book home with you after the lesson? No,
No,
I don't
no.
take
I don't
that book
bring
home.
that books
I don't
home.
take that
I
book.
don't think
Take,
that book.
take.
I
I
take.
don't take
I don't take
that book
that book
home with me
home with me
after the lesson.
after the lesson
Why not? Why not? Because it
because
isn't mine.
it isn't mine.
Very good. Do you bring any
Mm,
food with you to school? Do you bring
mm.
any food with you to school? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
yes.
bring some
I bring some books,
some food.
uh, handbooks, some
Yes,
food,
I bring some food
some food
with me to school,
with me to school.
like a lunchbox. Very good.
That was, yeah.
Do you take a camera with you when you go on holiday? Do you take a
Mm.
camera with you when you go on holiday? Yes or no?
Yes.
I take a camera
I
with
take a
me
camera with me
when I go on
when
holiday.
when I go
On holiday.
on holiday.
What do you bring with you to school? What do you bring with you to school? I bring my
I bring my
books
pen,
with me
uh,
or pen with me
or pen with me
to school.
to school.
Very good. Do you speak English quite well? Do you speak
Mm.
English quite well? Yes, I speak English
Yes, I speak English
quite well.
quite well.
Very good. Do you go to the cinema quite often? Do you go to the
Mm.
cinema quite often? Yes or no?
No,
I don't go to the
I
cinema
don't go to the
quite
cinema
often.
quite often.
Do you think learning English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? Do you think learning
Uh,
English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? I think
I
learning
think
English
learning
is
English
quite easy.
is quite easy.
Very good. Okay, next.
Yeah.
Is
Mm,
pure water bad for the body? Is pure
mm.
water bad for the body? No. Pure
No,
water
pure water
isn't bad for the
isn't
body.
bad for body.
It's good for the body.
It's good for body.
Is the wine we buy in the shops always pure? Is the
Mm.
wine we buy in the shops always pure? No. The
No,
wine we
the
buy,
wine, uh,
we buy in the
the
shops.
the buy
One more.
in shops.
No.
Huh?
The wine
No, the wine.
we buy in the shops
Well, we buy in the shop.
isn't always pure.
It isn't always pure.
Sometimes it's pure
Sometimes it's
and
pure,
sometimes
and
it's
sometimes
impure.
it's impure.
Very good. Do you ever promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Do you ever
Mm.
promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Yes or no?
Yes.
I sometimes promise
I sometimes
to give
skirmish.
something.
Uh,
Yeah. One more.
promise something.
Yes, I sometimes
Yes, sometimes
promise to give something.
promise to
Give
give something
to somebody
to
and then
somebody
not give
and
it.
then not given.
Very good. Do you always do what you promise to do? Do you always
Mm.
do what you promise to do? Yes or no?
No,
We don't always do
we don't always do
what I promised to do.
what I promised to do.
Very good. Are waiters and waitresses always polite to people in restaurants? Are waiters and waitresses always polite to people in restaurants? No.
No, no.
Waiters and waitresses
Waitress and waitresses
aren't always polite
aren't always polite
to people in
to
restaurants.
people in restaurant.
Sometimes they're polite
Sometimes they are polite,
and sometimes they're impolite.
and sometimes they
They're
are
impolite.
impolite.
Very
Impolite.
good. Are
Mm.
teenagers generally more polite than adults? Are teenagers
Mm.
generally more polite than adults? No. Teenagers
No, no.
aren't
Teenagers
generally more
are
polite
generally all polite
than adults.
than
They're
adults.
generally
They are
less
generally
polite than adults.
this this polite,
Less polite
less polite
than
than
adults.
adults.
Very good. When we want to speak to somebody we don't know, what's the first thing we generally say? When we
Mm.
want to speak to somebody we don't know, what's the first thing we
Mm.
generally say? When we
Uh,
want to
when we
speak
want to speak
to
to
somebody we
somebody
don't know,
we don't
the
know,
first thing
the
we
first thing
generally
we
say
generally say
is excuse me.
is "Excuse me."
Give me an
Mm.
example. Give me an example, please. Excuse
Uh,
me.
Excuse
Can
me.
you tell
Can you
me
tell
the
me
way
the
to the
ways
station,
to
please?
the station, please?
Very good. Okay, that's the end of stage three. Newark,
Wow.
let's start stage three. Full stage
Okay.
revision.
Old stage division. Okay.
Very good. Okay, so let's start at this
Okay.
one. Okay, here we go.
Mm.
Is your handkerchief more expensive than your shoes? Is
Mm.
your handkerchief more expensive than your shoes? No, my
No, my
handkerchief
handkerchief
isn't
isn't
more
more expensive
than my
than my
shoes. It's
shoes.
cheaper
It's
than my
cheaper
shoes.
than my shoes.
Is a Rolls Royce cheaper than a Ford? Is a Rolls Royce cheaper than a Ford? No, a
No, a
Rolls Royce
Rolls Royce isn't
isn't cheaper
cheaper
than a Ford.
than a Ford.
It's more
It's more
expensive
expensive
than a Ford.
than a Ford.
Is your town a more expensive place than New York? Is your
Mm.
town a more expensive place than New York? No, my
No, my
town
town
isn't
isn't
a more
more
expensive place
expensive place
than New
than
York.
New York.
It's a cheaper
It's a
place
cheaper place
than.
than New York.
Very good. Is the Suzuki the most expensive car in your country? Is the Suzuki the most expensive car in your country? Yes or no?
No,
The
no,
Suzuki
the Suzuki
isn't the
isn't the
most
most
expensive car
expensive
in
car
my country.
in my country.
It's the cheapest
It's
car
the cheapest
in
car
my
in this
country.
country. In my country.
Very good. What's the cheapest thing in your room? What's the cheapest thing in your room?
Uh,
Pen or pencil?
uh, the pen
Is the
is the
cheapest thing
cheapest thing
in this
in
room?
my room.
In
In
my
this
room.
room.
In my room
Mm.
or in this room, both correct. Very good.
Okay, okay.
What's the most expensive thing you're wearing? What's the most expensive thing you're wearing? My
Oh, my watch is the
most
most
expensive
expensive
thing
thing
I'm wearing.
I'm wearing.
Very good. What's the comparative of long? What's the comparative of long? The
The
comparative of long
comparative of wrong
is longer
is
than.
longer than.
What's the comparative of beautiful? What's the comparative of beautiful? The
Oh, the
comparative of
comparative
beautiful
of beautiful
is
is
more beautiful
most
than.
or more beautiful than.
Very good. What's the
Mm.
superlative of small? What's the
Mm.
superlative of small? The
Oh, the
superlative of
superlative of
small
small
is the
is
smallest.
the smallest.
What's the superlative of expensive? What's the superlative of expensive? The superlative
The
of expensive
superlative of expensive
is the
is the
most
most expensive.
expensive. Very good. Okay, so why do we say cheaper than but not expensiver than? Why do
Mm.
we say cheaper than but not expensiver than? We say
Uh,
cheaper
we
than
say cheaper
but
than,
not
but not
expensive.
expensive than,
Expensiver than
because the
because the
because the
adjective cheap
adjective cheap
has
has
only one
only
syllable,
one syllable,
whereas the adjective
whereas
expensive
the adjective expensive
has three
has
syllables.
three syllable.
Very good. Okay, next. Okay, where's my nose? Where's my nose? Your nose.
Your
Above your
nose
mouth.
above your mouth,
Where's my chin? Where's my chin? Your chin's
your
below
chin
your mouth.
below your mouth,
Where's the ceiling? Where's the ceiling? The ceiling's
the
above
ceiling
our heads.
our heads.
Very good. Are my feet above the table? Are my feet above the table? No, your
No,
feet
your feet aren't
aren't
above
above the
the
table.
above the table.
They're below the
They're
table.
below the table.
Very good. Tell me the names of the months of the year. Tell me the
Uh,
names of the months of the year, please.
mm.
The names
The
of the
name of
months
the
of the
months
year
of the year
are
are
January,
January,
February,
February,
March,
March,
April,
April,
May,
May,
June, July,
June, July,
August,
August,
September,
September,
October,
October,
November, and
November, and December.
very good. What's this month? What's this month? This month,
This month's
September.
September.
What was last month? What was last month? Last month
Last
was
month was
August.
August.
What will next month be? What will next month be? Next month
Next
will
month
be.
will be October.
What will the month after next be? What will the month after next be? The month
The
after
month
next
after
will
next
be
will be November.
November. What was the month before last? What was the month before last? The month
The
before
month
last
before last
was
was
July.
July.
Very good. What do the letters AM mean after the time? What do the
Mm.
letters AM mean after the time? The letters
The
AM
letters
mean
AM mean
antemeridium
antemeridium
after the time.
after the time.
Very good. What do the letters PM mean after the time? What do the letters
Mm.
PM mean after the time? The letters
The
PM mean
letters PM mean
post meridium
post meridium
after the time.
after the
So
time.
that's a Latin word. Okay, next. What's the difference between AM and PM? What's
Mm.
the difference between AM and PM? The difference
The
between
difference between
AM and
AM
PM
and PM
is that
is
we
that
use
we
AM
use AM
for the time
for the time
before midday
before midday
and PM
and PM
for the time
for
after
time
midday.
after midday.
Very good. Do we say 20 to 4 a.m.? Do we say 20 to 4 a.m.? No, we don't
No, we
say
don't
20 to
say
4 a.m.
24 a.m.
We say
We say
3:40 a.m.
3:40 a.m.
Very good. What time do you eat breakfast? What time do you eat breakfast? I eat
I
breakfast
eat
at
breakfast first at 7
a.m.
a.m.
Very good. What time do you eat dinner? What time do you eat dinner? I eat
I
dinner
eat
at
dinner at 8 p.m.
very good. Okay. What can we use instead of the word many and much? What can we say instead of the words many and much? We can
Uh,
use
we
a
can
lot of
use a lot of
instead of
instead of
many and much.
many and much.
Are there a lot of people in a small village? Are there a lot of people in a small village? No, there
No,
aren't
there
a
aren't
lot
a
of
lot of
people
people
in a
in a
small.
small village.
There are few
There
people
are few
in
people
a
in a
small.
small village.
Very good. Do the English drink a lot of coffee? Do the English drink a lot of coffee? No, the
No,
English
English
don't
don't
drink
drink
a lot of
a lot
coffee.
of
They
coffee.
drink a lot
They
of tea.
drink a lot of tea.
Do you like to see a room with a lot of flowers in it? Do you like to see a room with a lot of flowers in it? Yes or no?
Yes,
I like to
yes. I
see a
like to
room
see a room
with
with
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
flowers in
flowers
it.
in it.
Do you put a lot of butter on your bread? Do you put a lot of butter on your bread? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
put
put
a
a
lot
lot
of
of butter
butter on
on
my
my
bread.
bread.
Do we use our mouths for both eating and speaking? Do we use our mouths for both eating and speaking? Yes, we use
Yes, we
our
use
mouth
our
for
mouse
both
a lot of
eating,
oh,
for
both
both eating
eating
and
or
speaking.
both eating and speaking.
Regan, can you speak both Chinese and Japanese? Can you speak
Mm.
both Chinese and Japanese? No, I can't
No, I
speak
can
both
speak both
Chinese
Chinese
and
and
Japanese. I
Japanese.
speak
I
only
speak only
Japanese.
Japanese.
Very good. Do you go to the cinema a lot? Do you go to the cinema a lot? Yes or no?
No, no,
I
I
don't
don't go
go
to
to
the
the
cinema
cinema
a
a
lot.
lot. Do you read a lot? Do you read a lot? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I-
read a lot.
Do you eat a lot? Do you eat a lot? Yes or no?
Yes, I eat a lot.
Very good. Does she eat a lot? Does she eat a lot? Yes or no?
No,
He
she
doesn't
doesn't eat
eat
a
a lot.
lot.
Do you use your mobile phone a lot? Do you use your mobile phone a lot? Yes or no?
Yes, I use my mobile phone a lot.
Very good. Do you want anything to eat at the moment? Do you want anything to eat at the moment? Yes or no?
No, I don't want anything to eat at the moment.
Very good. If she wants something to eat, where must she go? If she
Mm.
wants something to eat, where must she go? If she
Uh,
wants
if she
something to
wants
eat,
something to
she
eat,
must
she
go
must go
either home
is a home
or to a
or
restaurant?
to a restaurant?
Do you want anything to drink at the moment? Do you want anything to drink at the moment? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
want
want
something
something
to
to
drink
drink
at the
at the
moment.
moment.
Very good. If she wants, or if he wants something to drink, where must he go? If he
Hmm.
wants something to drink, where must he go? If he
Uh,
wants something to
if
drink,
he wants something to
he
drink,
must go
he
either
must
home
go either home
or to a
or
bar
to a
or
bar
a pub.
or a pub.
Very good. If you want to eat in a restaurant, about how much money must you have? If you want
Hmm.
to eat in a restaurant, about how much money must you have? If I want to eat
If I want to
in a
eat a
restaurant,
restaurant,
I
I
must
must
have
have
about,
about 3,000 yen.
oh, expensive. Very good. If if you want to hear people speaking Chinese, which country must you go to? If you want
Hmm.
to hear people speaking Chinese, which country must you go to? If I want to
If
hear
I want to hear
people
people
speaking
speaking
Chinese, I
Chinese,
must go to.
I must go to China.
Very good. Can you
Hmm.
play the piano? Can you play the piano? Yes or no?
No, I
I
can't play the piano.
Can you play tennis? Can you play tennis? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
can.
can play tennis.
Very good. What do we say to people between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m.? What do we say to
Hmm.
people between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m.? We say good
We
morning to
say good
people
morning to people
between
between
about
about
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
and
and
12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Very good. Okay. What do we say to people between about 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.? We say
Uh,
good
we say
afternoon
good
to people
afternoon to
between
people
about
between
12
about
p.m.
12
and
p.m.
5 p.m.
and 5 p.m.
Very good. What do we say to people between about 5 p.m. and 10 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 5 p.m. and 10 p.m.? We say good
We
evening
say
to
good
people
evening to people
between about
between about
5 p.m.
5
and
p.m. and
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
And what do we say when we say goodbye after 10 p.m. or when we go to bed? And what do we
Hmm.
say when we say goodbye after 10 p.m. or when we go to bed? We say
Uh,
good night.
we say good
When we
night
say
when we
goodbye
say goodbye
after
after
10 p.m.
10
or
p.m.
when we go to
or
bed.
when we go to bed.
Reggie, do you come here in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night? Do you come here in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night? I come here
I come here
in the morning,
in the morning,
not in the afternoon,
not in the
in the
afternoon,
evening,
but
or at night.
not in the evening or at night.
Very good. Okay,
Hmm.
next. What's this? What's this? It's a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper.
Very good. Are there any pieces of paper on the table? Are there any pieces of paper on the table? No, there aren't
No, there aren't
any pieces of paper
paper, uh, any pieces of
on
paper
the table.
on the table.
About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? I eat about
I eat about 3 pieces
of
of bread
bread with my
with
lunch.
my lunch.
Very good. What's the difference between a country and the country? What's the
Mm.
difference between a country and the country? The
Mm.
difference between
The
a
difference between
country
a
and the
country
country
and the
is that
country
a
is that
country is
a
a nation,
country is a nation,
whereas the country
whereas the
is
country
the opposite
is
of the town.
the opposite of the town.
Like, what's the name of your country? What's the name of your country? Japan is the
Japan
name
is the
of my
name of my
country.
country.
What's your nationality? What's your nationality? My
My
nationality is
nationality is Japanese.
very good. What nationality is Mr. Callan? What nationality is Mr. Callan? Mr. Callan
Mr.
is
Callan
British.
is British.
Very good. Do you live in the country? Do you live in the country? Yes or no?
No, I
You
don't
don't
live
live.
in the country.
I live in the
I
city.
live in a city.
Do most children live with their parents? Do most children live with their parents? Yes, most
Yes,
children
most
live
children
with their
live
parents.
with their
Do you
parents.
want to live for 100 years? Do you want to live for 100 years? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
want
want
to
to live
live for
for
a
a
hundred.
hundred years.
Very good. Okay. Does gas smell pleasant? Does gas smell pleasant? No.
No,
Gas
gas
doesn't smell
doesn't smell
pleasant.
pleasant.
It
It
smells
smells
unpleasant.
unpleasant.
Very good. Okay. Do flowers smell unpleasant? Do flowers smell unpleasant? No.
No,
Flowers don't smell
flowers don't smell
unpleasant. They
unpleasant.
smell
They
pleasant.
smell pleasant.
Very good. Oh, but we only have like few seconds